Hello, everybody. Welcome to From the Outer Reaches, a wrestling podcast. I am Daniel, your host and leader of this trios team, with my trios partners,
Your boy Zach.
The wise man David.
Wise Man David.
Call me
Uh,
Paul.
yeah. So today is I wouldn't say it's a special episode, but it is WrestleMania season. As
Mhm.
of this recording, we are 1 week out from day two. I think around this time too, the event would be starting. Where
It
we'd
would
be,
start. Yep.
yeah.
43
Um,
minutes ago.
Yeah, we would be deep in it, wondering if it was all worth it. But yeah, so it was in honor of WrestleMania. Obviously, we wouldn't be much of a wrestling podcast if we didn't talk about WrestleMania and
Yeah.
we kind of review the Raw stories and SmackDown and see if that changed anything from storyline wise, and also talk about our predictions for day one and day two, obviously for WrestleMania, as both of those schedules have been released. We don't know if that's for sure like that order, right? I don't imagine it
I don't
is.
think it's that order. I just
Yeah,
think
I
they
don't.
released what's on what day. I
Okay.
don't know if there's going to be any more, but I would assume that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I would assume. I mean, there'll be like the pre-show matches, which happen like
At like two,
if you
two
really
o'clock.
want to
Yeah.
start wrestling or start watching wrestling at 12, you know. There's always like the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, which is
Oh
like
yeah.
everyone who didn't get a match is just 30 people.
Just fighting each other. And
Yeah.
Jesus.
that is a nice thing about wrestling, though, is that you can kind of have like little events to kind of warm everybody up. Whereas like with
Hmm.
the Super Bowl, you can't really have like
Send the
Patrick
Pee
throw.
Wee kids out to go
Yeah.
play a game.
You can have Patrick and Jalen doing 7-on-7s. God forbid someone rolls an ankle.
Oh shit, dude. 'Cause right right before the game.
That's uh so like with wrestling, they have such a big roster. It's nice that they can kind of throw like people out there and go, hey, like you want to watch? It doesn't mean anything, but
Yeah, get out there.
lets you feel something. And because we are in WrestleMania week, I think we can all kind of agree that this week's shows were not certified bangers.
No.
They
They're just
were,
leading up to WrestleMania. That's about it.
Yeah.
Just more
yeah,
getting you hyped for that. That's
they were cute.
yeah.
They were cute. And they served their purpose, which is that okay, like there is a little bit more development. I will say, I think me and Zach talked about this. We do have some good news in the Jay versus Gunther
Hmm.
camp.
Yeah.
Um, And we do have some good news in terms of I think for the SmackDown stuff.
Yeah.
SmackDown, I know there is some controversy out there on the internet about the tag team titles and who should be wrestling for them.
Yeah.
But we can get into that as we review each show. So kicking off with Raw, we began with the ladies. We had who do we have? We had Io Sky, Bianca, and Rhea show
Hmm.
up. It is officially a triple threat match. And that's kind of what it's going to be.
Yeah. There was a Raw, like I watched most of Raw. I just
Uh-huh.
thought a lot of it. There was like I think we'll talk about like the Jay Gunther that hit for me, but
Yep.
like most of it was like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of a tune. It was tune-ups for
Yeah.
LWO and American Made was fun. I enjoyed that
Yes.
match.
that was
Yes.
a good
That was a very
match.
good match.
That made me believe in magic again. Um, I will say that Adam Pierce, God bless him, is dealing with a bunch of children. He just sounds like a teacher who's like, I can't do this anymore. I swear to God, if these three kids are in this class, I'll fucking end it. He did make a flub, which I thought was kind of funny. I don't know if you guys caught it, but he said Rhea representing the Judgment Day,
Oh yeah.
and I
Yes.
mean that's not like a big end of the world
No.
storyline, but I was like, I think he said that. That was real.
Yeah. Run it run it back.
Maybe she's coming back. She's gonna take over the Judgment Day.
Oh man, it's gonna be a sad day when the Judgment Day falls apart because they were so cool, and then
They were
It's happening, dude.
eh,
I mean, we've talked about it. They're like that season one anime villain who's menacing, and then by season five, they're just jokes. They're Team Rocket, right?
yeah,
That's exactly who they are at this point.
yeah, and
Yeah.
basically their Team
And not
Rocket.
the main Team Rocket that's actually scary. It's Jesse and James at
It's
this point.
Jesse and James. Just
We just want this Pikachu. That's all we want.
uh,
No. We could catch you so much more, but no, we want this Pikachu.
by the end, they're cheering for Ash as he's winning the tournament. You're like, well, I don't know if you should be cheering, but
I almost caught that Pikachu.
I remember when he was great. So yeah, so there was the contract signing EO because again Rhea and Bianca um fought. She like does like a missile drop kick on them and then walks out mad. So it is what it is. It
Yeah.
B level stuff. It was consistent.
Yeah.
Next we had Lyra Valkyria and Bailey for the Intercontinental title, which I thought was interesting considering that they are going to be in a tag match in
Very
This.
odd.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's a weird pairing, and just because from a lack of story.
Yeah.
And also, Lyra's defended her like title 8 million times. Can we give
Dog.
this woman a break,
Right.
please?
Please let her rest.
I think every match she has to do a suplex from the edge of the ring onto the floor.
And
I
and
I don't know
also, if
why.
she's done, why can't just let her defend it at WrestleMania? Like at
Mhm.
this point, she's defended it like 8 times. Give her a big match. Like, damn, she's worked hard.
Yeah.
I think three of those were against Dakota Kai too. So I don't know. Like, good for her. She's and
Yeah.
and I think that's the beauty of. I feel like a lot of our stars. Not saying that they're old, like Aaron Rodgers level old,
Yeah.
but they can't be wrestling back to back
Forever.
to back to back to back every day. And she's on the younger side,
Yeah.
so they're probably like, listen, you're gonna get 40 carries. We're doing it old
Yeah,
school.
you're a workhorse at this point.
Yeah. I mean Chelsea never really hardly wrestles.
No.
She did
So
when she first got her belt. She had to defend it, I think, twice, right? Early on.
well, yeah, and now she has her putty minions do it, and Lyra's like, they just won't stop coming.
Yeah.
They keep coming over the walls. Um, but yeah, so they wrestled. It was good. Bailey's always great. She's kind of like John.
Yeah.
She'll put the new gen over. I'm trying to think of another like guy that'll do that.
The
Ray,
Miz.
Right.
Doesn't the
I
Miz
think
put people over
Ray.
all the time?
Ray, Miz, along that, of just say, hey man, go out there, make sure they wrestle well,
Yeah.
keep it contained, keep it controlled. Uh, And I like Lyra. I think that they did kind of set up this idea of that like Bailey might turn on her, which might lead to Bailey going back to being a heel,
Mm.
which would be, I think
Yeah.
at this point we need a shake up in the storyline. But yeah, they will be wrestling against Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan for the tag team titles, which is a strange uh matching, I think.
Well,
But
they had to compete for it on SmackDown, right? Didn't they have to do like 5 matches in a row
something
or
weird
like
like that.
five
It was,
pins?
Yeah.
yeah. I hate when they add stipulations that you're kind of like, okay, this is gonna drag it out longer than it needs to.
To be.
They just had to fill time, okay? They're like, all right, we need every tag person on the
Get in
women's
there.
division to get in there.
We had a banger of a trios match. We had the LWO versus American Made and this mysterious El Grande Americano. Wait, who could it be?
I've seen people saying, what's the before Chad Gable, who's the other guy that was a gold medal
Oh,
wrestler?
Kurt.
People are like, it's Kurt. I was like, I don't think he's
Kurt
tall enough
Angle
for
is
Kurt, is
back.
he?
Poor Kurt. I saw that interview with him and Chris Van Vliet. I don't know if he could be back.
His I don't think Chris is I don't think Kurt's knees are gonna be
No, poor
allowing him.
Kurt. But if that is Chad, he looks great. I think shout out to if this is Chad, we're
Mm.
just living on the hypothetical land. I like that he's kind of incorporated like a Latin style into his wrestling,
Yeah.
which I guess I feel like shows to his skill as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming in his time off, it was just like, all right, I need to work on walking on the ropes and like doing some cool
Hmm.
flips and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. Which you do that, and I'll clap
Uh,
like a child at SeaWorld.
and Chad is so like Chad already is such a good wrestler. I love the way he wrestles.
I
He's
love
so
Chad
much
so
fun.
much. Just like I don't know if I got it from you, Zach, but like I just love Chad.
I love him, dude. Like I think he legitimately has. I think one day he'll be like in the world championship,
Yeah,
like in like picture, and I think it'll be great.
I think the highlight of Gunther's title reign was his matches with Chad.
Yeah, I think so
Those
too.
were those are fantastic. They had some really good spots. Like you had Joaquin Wild when he did like that ladder run into the
Hmm.
flip over the run. And I was like, this is it. This is what I love about Mexican wrestling. Like finally like they're getting it. But yeah, like I said, you throw in a couple flips and I'll give it an A. I'm good for it. Moving on, we have Jay Uso and Gunther We
This is
have
what we wanted.
Yes.
DJ.
Yes.
yes. If anybody has listened to the show long enough or seen the clips, I have talked a lot of shit about Jay and just why they have been baby feeding him promos and all these opportunities and stuff like that. And yeah,
They,
no, this
This
is
was
it.
good.
they should have killed Jimmy like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. It was like we said, if he didn't hit it out of the park here, he was never going to.
Yeah.
Because this was the perfect setup to do the promo that he gave. And props to him because I thought the promo itself was very good. I thought it hit really good points. I thought the best point actually was him talking about how he was been scared of Gunther. And
Mhm.
I liked that. I thought it fed into it. It makes sense kind of because Gunther keeps beating him. I thought
Yeah.
that was good. I thought all around it gave the intensity. It was everything it needed to be. And I think it sold me much more on wanting to watch the match now. Like I am much more interested in this match than I was before the promo. So all around success in my opinion.
1000%. I seriousness, no more yeets. He walked like you could tell when he was walking down through the crowd, like no high fives. He was just like a man on a mission.
Hmm.
And I was like, uh-oh, this is the J. He just got to get on that mic, and he did it. And I was
Yep.
like, okay, we're there. The hype is there. He's gonna win. I if he doesn't, I'd be surprised, but I think that he's gonna win.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, no, I mean he crushed it. I think this is what we needed, and this is the Jimmy that the Jay that I knew existed when he was cutting promos on Roman. It's just it sucks that it took so long, but I guess right, like the way you can spin this story is you go, well, you didn't get it together for so long. Look at what happened. Like
Hmm.
you as the whole like great power comes great responsibility, right? He didn't step up. Uncle Ben gets killed. This is his Uncle Ben moment, so to
Yeah.
speak. And now yeah. Uh, I think my favorite line was him saying, "I had to see my brother in the hospital. And my mom asked me why I didn't protect him." I was like, "Okay, Jay, we're doing something here."
Yeah, that was good.
That
Hitting
was
the
good.
heartstrings,
Yep.
Hmm.
especially as a sibling. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yay! They turned it around, Triple H. You let us slow cook for a minute, but finally we're where we want to be.
But we did it. We got there.
We're at
Jay
the
has
right
entered the
temperature.
match. It's not
Yep.
just Gunther just carrying the weight at this
Yeah.
point.
Thank God.
God.
After that, we had the World Tag Team Championships, the War Raiders versus the New Day. Uh, they obviously to keep it alive, they had a DQ, um, and that means that they just run it back at WrestleMania. That's all it really
Yeah,
is.
that's all it was.
Yeah, that's for some reason. This isn't. They had Tony Hinchcliffe do commentary on this island, and I don't think he's a very good comedian. It was a weird. It was a weird segment that you can kind of tell they're trying to like incorporate Netflix people into it, and you're just kind of like, okay, but
Was that because they're doing like the roast of WrestleMania?
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was for.
Yeah, so it was
the promo that's gonna be interesting. I don't
It
know if I'm
did.
gonna.
It felt odd though. I don't know. Didn't seem like there was a lot of synergy with the
Uh,
desk.
I felt like
I
they
don't know.
just told them like, no, you gotta go like do this. And they're like, okay. It felt like there was not like it wasn't really planned out. It was just Netflix was like, no, we need this.
Because like I
We
felt like Pat and Tony like nothing against Michael, but I just felt like he wasn't like he was trying to talk about the match, and Tony was just like, it's like no, like
yeah.
Michael's doing the job right now.
Yeah, I know that's no, I totally got that feeling too. Like Michael was just like, no, just let me
Like I'm trying to talk, and you're talking about how big the War Raiders are. Like what?
what yeah.
yeah, and it's one thing that kind of it's a different beast to go up there and kind of like talk shit and like do jokes and like make fun of people, and then like no, Michael's like you said, Michael's like no, I have to like narrate this for people. This isn't like
This is gonna be in WrestleMania, so I gotta
Yeah.
keep the story.
yeah. I mean, I personally am not much of a fan of him. I will say I know Zach's not a fan, but they had Bert there, and him and Otis ripped T-shirts together. That was fun. That scratched my 12-year-old dumb
That's
boy brain.
yeah.
It was funny.
It was. He ripped it, and then he was like, "Oh, you know, the shirt thing is my thing, right?" And then Otis is like, "Nah, dude." He's like, "It's our thing," and I went, "Fuck yeah."
I
Because
do
didn't
love
they also have a
Otis.
vignette where like Gable was trying to like hang out with uh Bert, and he's just like, nah, dude.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, because you came here to see American Made, and he's like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I do think that Raw is trying to throw a lot of Netflix stars out there, and that's fine. But after a certain point, you're like, okay, we're
I mean,
Yeah.
every week they've got Netflix directors, show
yeah,
like runners in the front, and then they're, oh, like this person's this
Yeah.
show and that show.
Which I don't think is too much a Raw decision. I think it's just Daddy Netflix saying no.
no, we need to promo this. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, I think it's the interactions because it's almost like when you have like athletes who aren't good speakers do like commentary for like halftime shows and stuff, and you
Hmm.
can tell they're not like in comfortable with it. It's like I feel like people who deal with wrestling don't know how much of it is them working and how much of it is kind of like a
Yeah.
bit. So they kind of like don't know the rhythms, and they're like, "Yeah, wrestling's cool," and they're like, and Michael Cole's just like, "Mm-hmm."
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
you could even look at like Pat. I wasn't there when he first started, but I could assume it's very rough, and he's probably a lot better. Like he knows where his place is with
Yeah,
Michael
Yeah.
Cole at this point, where it's like I'm just here for like a few filler and like the hype, but I'm not doing any of the play by play.
Yeah. No, Pat's a lot better. He's got a lot better at not blowing himself out halfway through, and then because there was a couple pay-per-views there where he would just like scream for like the first 5 matches. You could tell he would like lose his voice, and then he would just be gone for like half of the matches and start random sentences and stop. He'd be like, Pat, what are we doing? But now he's much more like, okay, I gotta be a little bit more like measured it out.
yeah.
I'm here for exclamation points, not full on sentences.
Yeah.
I think him doing his podcast and stuff has helped. Like all the extra stuff he's doing, like the commentating from like
Hmm.
the football stuff. I think that's helped him figure himself out in wrestling and kind of get
Hmm.
that rhythm going.
And I just love him and Michael Cole because they get along so like you kind of get
Hmm.
like they're just two buddies watching and like one's like the
Yeah.
serious it's like when you watch dodgeball, right?
Yeah.
And you've got the one very serious commentator and then just homie just hanging out like what up, bro?
Not Cotton. Cotton and I forget what his other guy's
I
name
don't
is.
remember his other name.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how it goes for them. I think they're gonna do fine. I'm sure the celebrity stuff. If I have to listen to fucking Travis Scott's song one more fucking time, I hate,
It's gonna be at WrestleMania.
I
Yeah.
hate that song so
It's
fucking
gonna
much.
be there.
It's not great. That's old man me yelling at a cloud.
Curse
Um,
you.
damn you, Travis Scott. What else did we have? We had that. We got Penta versus Dominic, which should have been much better than it was.
Yeah.
That one made me sad a little bit.
Had some
Um,
fun moments though in it.
it did, but I feel like it could have been better because it like led to like I hate when people get involved. I want it to just be like a straight like match, like for those two, just because like Dominic has a luchador style, Pentagon is a
Mhm.
luchador, like.
You got to see Braun Breaker kill Carlito by
You know,
like
that was
torpedoing him
that
through the
was worth it
sky.
though. That was an all-time spear though. I'm not gonna lie. That
They
was an
gotta
all-timer.
like release a different angle so you could see him get that much air and be coming down at Carlito.
Oh, it was an
Yeah.
all-timer. That looked like it hurt like a bitch, dude.
Oh, and his Braun's just running on adrenaline. So he hit him, like he hit him, hit the ground, and flipped back up. And I was like, oh yeah, this is pure like pure
That hurt.
adrenaline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Carlito's like Twitter? It was like Carlito's died. Please respect our family at this point, at this moment in time.
That's funny.
It might be for me at this point, Spear of the Year right there.
It was good. It
We'll
was
It
see if we
might
get
real
anything
be
better.
good.
it might be the best spear. Anybody listen, everybody likes all these old heads like to come out here and go, Goldberg. Goldberg had great spears. No, Goldberg didn't. They were good. They did their jobs. But Braun hits people like he plays football. I
And
don't
he
know
was
Gold
full speed there
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
that was a full head of
Goldberg
steam.
has one. Goldberg has one goated spear. Often it's the one if you've ever seen. He's like pressing someone above his head. Someone gets in the ring. He drops the guy who he's pressing and like full spears it. That one is really good.
Hmm.
That one, but that's a deep cut.
Is he getting parallel with the ground?
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's pretty good. I'll see if I can
Is
find
he
it. I'll
torpedoing from the
send it.
sky?
But Braun Breaker just consistently week in, week out has amazing spears.
yeah, no, it's he gets it. It's you go through. It's the whole you go through somebody kind of thing, and he
Yeah.
really, yeah, no, he hit that. I think Ashton was half asleep watching this, and then he hit Carlito, and she was like, "Oh, that was fun." Like she woke up and was like, "Oh, cool."
Oh, cool. He's dead. Good job.
And we're back.
This also confirms that the leaders of both factions, the Mexicans and the Americans,
Yeah.
uh, are going to be battling it out at WrestleMania. So we have Rey Mysterio, who will hunt down El Grande Americano and see if we can get Chad Gable in the same room at the same time to see if we can prove nor disprove if El Grande Americano is Chad.
I want it to like happen
If
where
it
it's not
wasn't,
Chad
that would be
Gable.
the switch up of all time, right? Like,
It's just like a different. It's like a different looking kind of guy. Like he's taller,
I
like
want them to put
chubbier.
like some skinny, like it's like the when Batman has to prove like he's Bruce Wayne and he's not Batman. They put Alfred in the suit, so I just want it to be
yeah.
like some skinny dude or like some really fat dude. It's like, yeah, see, he's right there.
It's
Yeah,
like, see?
yeah. What are you guys talking about? And lastly, we had Paul Heyman come out, and Seth Rollins talked to him like either they were gonna fuck or he was gonna stab him in the parking lot,
Uh,
Maybe both.
it
or
it
both.
was a little bit of both. I was giggling the whole time Seth was talking. It was so hard to take it seriously because Seth was like touching his face. It was like, what are we gonna do, Paul?
Huh? What are we gonna do about this?
I could
You
make
want
you
to
go
go
to.
to the ring,
I
Paul?
know. I could make you go to sleep right now. Shh.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay. Oh, just go towards the light.
Um,
Oh shoot.
yeah, what is it? He was like, "I'll kill you if you want. I can just put you out of your misery." He was like, one quick stomp to the back of your neck, and it's all over.
Pardon?
Just snap the neck, and you get to go to sleep forever. Um, and then I think an interesting point is I thought it was gonna be telling to see who comes out to save Paul,
Hmm.
and CM Punk came out, tried to save him. I will say, shout out to Punk. He sells Seth's stomps.
Hmm.
He just puts his face into the mat, and you go, "Well, he's dead. They killed him."
He's killed him.
Um, and then yeah, and then it ends with Rollins like grabbing Paul Heyman, basically calling him bitch tits,
Yeah.
and going, "Now you owe me a favor." Okay, that's not how that works.
Yeah, because he like faked out stomping him. He's like, I didn't kill you, so you owe me. That's not how that works. Like,
I'll kill you next time.
yeah, it's like if I pretend to punch you and you flinch and you go, no, you owe me now.
This is a life debt.
Yeah, you're like, no, that's not how that works. It was your problem that you created to begin with.
Now you owe me lunch money. What?
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. The big swerve would be if Paul Heyman actually goes with Seth Rollins and like betrays Punk and Roman. But
So I've seen that online, and I've also seen the theory that Brock comes back.
oh,
I
oh,
think he's got a lot going on right now.
I know Vince got let go. Like Vince might have avoided his unspeakable crime.
uh,
I'm not entirely sure though. Let me looking that up, Jamie.
I'm not gonna lie though. Outside of all that, right. Outside of all that, Brock coming back would be, it would be the battle of lovers for Paul Heyman, dog.
I just want Paul Heyman to come in with just a pile driver and take them all out and just
Just,
walk out in the sunset. I don't need any of you.
like if it comes down to it, and Paul Heyman's, they're like, "Who do you pick, Paul?" And the Brock Lesnar's music hits, dog.
That would be pretty crazy, I think.
Yeah, that would,
But that's just another few. Like, okay, here, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sound controversial. Brock's great.
yeah,
His problem is that he doesn't show up enough
no,
and it kind of like takes a moment away from somebody else, right?
But
Like,
Roman
yeah.
does.
but Roman. Okay, listen. Here's my
I'm
hot
just
take.
pointing out, I
For
Roman,
assume it's
sure.
the same amount of time.
it's true, but look at what Roman has done for everybody. He elevated Sammy. Sammy
Yeah.
was running around like fucking Fidel Castro, getting pinned by fucking
Johnny Knoxville in a
Weekend.
by
giant
John.
mousetrap.
I mean, Kevin was always gonna be, but like the bloodline elevated Kevin
Yeah.
with 4 years of trying to murder him. If like Cody wasn't gonna be as big as he was without getting
Having
like
the big villain he had to fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
if Cody didn't kill Frieza, what was the point of all this?
Do you remember when Cody beat Brock though, and Brock's like shorts ripped off? Do you remember that?
I don't know if I might have. Oh, is that one like didn't somebody pull it or something?
Yeah, and there was
Yeah,
that giant hole.
I do remember that. Oh shit, just the
Uh,
beast's ass cheeks in a
yeah, because
hole.
he had to like beat Brock because beating Brock was like his gateway into beating Roman.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like who else? Who else is? I mean, Seth. I mean, Seth has always been kind of relevant, but like I feel like him wrestling Roman gives him purpose
Hmm.
again. Solo, the Fatu, like Jacob Fatu. Yeah, he wasn't in the bloodline, but like his name has been attached to it. So
Yeah,
that's what my thing. Like, yeah, Roman periodically showed up, but like it felt like his stories helped elevate people more.
yeah.
He's done more for the community.
Counterpoint, counterpoint.
Yeah.
I just like watching Brock Lesnar suplex people.
Oh no, I
It
do
makes me
too.
giggle. It makes me giggle.
Oh, watching people just take an F5 is the funniest shit in the world to
Oh, dude, that is one of the best because it's just like whoop.
me. Ah.
Oh, dude, Prime Brock Lesnar was just like you look at him, he looks like one of those roided up cows. You know what I'm talking about? Those you see like
Oh, where they get rid of it.
The
So
double muscled.
yeah,
yeah,
I think it's a Brahmin.
yeah,
yeah.
those bro, and you just look at that thing and you're like, oh, that's not natural. That's what old Brock Lesnar used to look like just not normal.
Oh no,
Uh,
it's not a Brahmin. Give me a second.
yeah, no, he was a freak. And I'm not saying I don't like Brock Lesnar.
No,
I'm just
no,
saying
I know
like
what you mean though. It would just be,
it's kind of
I,
like the Charlotte thing.
yeah, yeah. I got you.
But yeah, if he just did special come outs and like, oh, I'll wrestle all three of you bitches. Like, yeah, okay, I'll be okay, I'm fine with
Yeah.
that. And
But
yeah, so do we think Brock comes is Brock or Sethi turn? Are those in the future for Paul, or are we gonna stick with he just?
I think he goes to Punk.
I think he goes to Punk too.
It's gonna be weird seeing him with Punk.
Yeah.
But it's gonna push Roman to be better.
Hmm.
Might bring him back into the main storyline. And
Oh.
then it will keep probably the Seth will probably keep his favor.
Yeah.
His favor. I don't
Right. Yeah.
know.
He's gonna keep because it gives Roman character development because now he's
Yeah.
actually all alone. Punk gets to kind of gets his big WrestleMania moment, gets to ride off, with his best friend.
Oh, holding Paul Heyman like
Oh,
Bacalao.
like Miss Elizabeth, and then like Seth Rollins continued to feud with Punk because he's like, no, you like he owes me a favor, and like I get to fight you forever, like that.
I mean, it's just Seth like, still owes me that favor.
I mean, what you theoretically could do is have Punk win. Punk's like, come along, Paul, and then Brock Lesnar comes out, and then that sets up like a Lesnar Punk feud.
See, I would like that. That'd be
I
fun.
I could see that happening because it gives kind of direction past that because maybe then you could focus more on like a Roman Seth rivalry.
See, I
Could
was
could, could
thinking Punk was gonna go after Cena after this.
Oh yeah.
Because he's angry about was it the cage not cage match, the elimination chamber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could very easily do that, right? You have Cena win, Punk goes after Cena with Cody still like
It could turn into like a three-way
right.
fight. Like Punk's like, I'm not like I'm fighting for this belt. Like
Yeah.
whether I have to go through you or not, I'm going to get this belt.
Yeah, I like that. David's right.
David's
Well, I'm
right
just
again.
based off
Triple
what
H
they've
book it.
already done. I just
Yeah, I know.
assume and CM Punk, from what you guys have kind of said, and Cena is like a staple of their
Mhm.
time. They fought a lot and were like at the top at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, you're right. That would actually make a lot of sense. Be really good.
Because you could even do after that where it's Roman versus, let's say, The Rock or whoever
Hmm.
Rock's champion is besides Cena, where it's like you could do a storyline where, hey, you've lost everything and I'm even taking your tribal chief status away from you or something. I don't
I
know.
like that.
That's true. You could do that. You could do Roman has nobody.
He's
Um,
tempted by
and
The
then is
Rock.
tempted by The Rock. And like you said, it goes back to building a team, building a cabal.
Yeah, I do like the cabal.
Um, there was somebody that was saying, it might have been me and David talked about this. I don't know. For some reason, maybe I'm thinking of David, but it was of, um, was somebody suggesting that Jay signed over with The
Oh,
Rock?
Hmm.
I posted something. I
Yes, you
texted
were
you
the one who posted
guys.
that. Yes,
Somebody put on
Yeah,
the internet that he came out to a Travis Scott song before or with
Travis.
Travis Scott, something like
Yeah,
that. And
yeah,
then that's like the connection because all the storyline, and so that he's already part of the group. He's going to beat Gunther, and then The Rock's going to have both titles like
yeah.
under his control, basically.
that's fun because The
Shout out,
Rock hasn't shit popped up yet. Sorry,
yeah.
sorry, Zach.
I was gonna say shout out to Travis Scott being the music of evil. So
If that doesn't tell you anything, he was the closer for Coachella last night. Of Green Day.
Was he telling people to press up at the stage, and did he kill anybody again? Or oh,
I don't
sorry.
know. I was Green Day happened, and then I was like, oh, because Travis Scott's next, and I changed it. So, um, okay, let's transition into SmackDown, and then we can kind of talk about the fun stuff, which is the full WrestleMania.
Card.
Yeah. Also, really fast. It looks like they have dropped their investigation on Vince.
Oh, when's he coming back?
Oh, he probably was like,
I
we're gonna
think he
get
had to
some.
sell all of it. He doesn't have any
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
control,
don't
I
think
think,
he
at this
has any.
point.
Yeah,
No, he just watches Triple H through a window. Just, I wouldn't have booked that, but that's fine.
well, that's fine.
Oh,
It's the Kevin at Sammy's house, but it's Vince
oh, can
just
you?
like
Oh, the passive aggressive father-in-law at Thanksgiving
Christmas.
though.
Yeah, Christmas and Thanksgiving must be so fun.
Things
I
are going
wouldn't
real
have
well,
booked
huh?
I wouldn't have booked that. That's just me though. Okay, Dad, whatever you say.
I've been reading some comments online. They're not very happy about Jay being the champ.
Oh, do you think he starts conversations off with like, "How's my company doing?" Do you think he does that? Yeah,
1000%.
Yep, 1,000%.
You know that company you stole from
for
me?
me,
Does that okay? We've entered this Vince McMahon world, but who doesn't love talking about Vince? Do you think that bothers Shane? That Triple H is like the prodigal son?
Yes.
It has to,
I
right?
felt that
yeah,
in the documentary when you watch the McMahon documentary. I kind of felt like he I don't think he hates Triple H. It wasn't Triple H's decision to
uh,
take over. It just was like, what the heck, Dad? Like, why not me?
yeah. Oh, Shay jumped off all those high points for nothing
Tore his quadricep off the bone in front of Snoop Dogg for nothing.
for no reason. Did all those coasts to coasts.
Well, and
Took
didn't
that.
he try and like buy the company before they got sold to whatever company owns UFC at this point?
He tried to
Or like put
buy
money in so that
ECW
Yeah.
um,
before and
he
was
also
trying to
tried he
revitalize
told
it.
Vince to buy UFC, right? But when UFC was looking for money,
I think so.
and his
I
dad's
th
like, nah.
I really like Shane O'Mac. I like Shane O'Mac the performer. I don't know. I don't know how he would have been as like the promoter
Oh yeah.
because
I'm
it's
not
always
saying
been
yeah.
yeah, it's always been Stephanie and Triple H, right? Like I feel like the sun has always like shone on them and Shane because Shane's talked about the reason that he did all the dangerous stuff was to prove that like he kind of like belonged wrestling and wasn't just like nepo babying his way in. So he's like, no, throw me through the plate glass window. I'll jump off the 10-story thing. I'll do these dives. But
Yeah.
but I don't think he he was a great like and because of that his matches are always a ton of fun because you're always like, oh, what stupid thing is he gonna do? But and the coast to coast is one of my favorite finishing moves. I think that thing is so much fun. But I don't think he ever just had the mind for it that Stephanie had.
You could
And
get him to
she's
go
not
out
even in
there.
it anymore either, right?
No, no, she's still involved. She's like something. She's pretty high up. She has an actual like
Hmm.
position.
Yeah.
But Triple H is like head of creative.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing her Stephanie's place.
Hmm.
So she's going around visiting, talking to people. Uh so just the transition in that really fast. So they did Rhea Ripley's episode comes out in a couple days or a week or so, and they showed that Rhea has always been really insecure about her shoulders, and the reason why is because she was going to prom, and she was picking out a prom dress, and her prom date said no, it makes your shoulders look really big, and from that point on, she was always insecure about her shoulders, and I think Rhea may have inadvertently created the most hated man in Australia right now.
Uh-oh. Zach's about to go find this man.
Oi,
Which one of you fuckers?
oi, bruv.
But yeah, so that's like kind of her story. And it was actually kind of sad because she's getting like emotional about like she's always had like body dysmorphia for being kind of bigger. But I mean, Zach's never had. Ray, if you're
Zach's like,
listening,
carry me, mommy.
if you listen to this podcast and Buddy's gone off to do something, just know that the Zach, he'll love you through everything.
Actually,
Not buddy.
Oh, his sworn nemesis that Buddy knows nothing about.
Dude, but Buddy, listen, we make fun of Buddy all we want, but he dated Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, so I don't know.
they've fought over men in real life as well. God
In real
damn.
life.
It was Alexa
Oh, it was
Bliss.
Alexa Bliss, excuse me,
Yeah.
Oh,
Alexa
okay.
Bliss. And listen,
Can't hate the track record.
uh,
All right, SmackDown. Randy comes out, threatens to kill people. Tells Nick Aldis, if you don't give me a match, I'll kill you. Essentially, we
I
are
want
playing.
them to fight so bad.
yeah,
They are playing into the Randy and his voices in his head thing a lot more now.
yeah,
So they're hinting that. And then Solo came out and like called him a bitch. So it's either gonna be Solo, I think, or Nick Aldis is where we're at.
Oh,
For
that was
Randy.
yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't even have that match posted. So yeah, that list isn't full that I
full, yeah, because
posted.
we're gonna get some sort of Randy, yeah,
So
Randy
maybe
has
there's
to
like
get
one or
some.
two more matches that'll be kind of ironed out, but
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not like the main. They are important, but you know what I mean. They're not for titles.
yeah.
So we're there. He killed him. He hit him with an RKO. Uh, so I think it could be interesting. I think we're at a good spot there. We then had a gauntlet match with the ladies. It was a six-team gauntlet to determine who wrestles Liv and Raquel. We had Bailey and Lyra, which is an interesting team up, versus Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Natalia and Maxine Dupree, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, B-Fab and Michin, and Alba Fire and Piper.
Roll out all the women's tag
Yeah,
contenders.
basically. And then obviously Bailey and Valkyria won, and it was an interesting. It was a good match. Like again, Lyra is willing to wrestle. She's willing to do crazy spots. Like good for her. She's willing to show she's tough.
Well, she's getting WrestleMania, you know.
Yeah, and I think that shows that she's just defend. I'll just defend the belt till they put me in WrestleMania. Um, so that was cool. Like I said, it was a good one. Um, we then had the boy Ray Phoenix versus Berto
That was
of
a fun match.
Las Fantasmas, Legado de Fantasmas. Um, Before that though, Damien Priest was murdered by Drew McIntyre.
A lot of
Uh,
memes came out of
Yeah.
it.
yeah, he was murdering him. I really like the Ray Phoenix Berto match. Again, it's always fun when you get two Latin wrestlers to go against each other because it's such
Yeah.
a you don't have to have that kind of fixing like oh I have to kind of like slow
Yeah.
things down. It's a lot more jumpy, high flying.
Walking the
Sh-
ropes.
yeah. Oh,
Which Phoenix does a lot, yeah.
he does that a lot. Which is the setup to his finisher with the audio. It's called Adios Amigo, and he runs the ropes and kicks you in the face.
That's pretty great.
Is very great. And then he hits you like as he does it, he like hits you with like a spinning back kick, which is it tickles my soul, Zach.
Didn't Berto like fuck up like a suicide dive during this match, or was that
No, that was last week with
last week?
Nathan Frazier.
Yeah,
Yeah, I rewatched that match just to feel something.
yeah.
And yeah, so he goes low and his foot hooks the ring, the rope.
Yeah,
So he like hits it and like kind of half tumbles out, and Phoenix like dives to catch him.
yeah.
Yeah, because that would have been bad.
That's rough.
But Berto was great. Um, Apparently, Tiffany and Charlotte Flair have received disciplinary actions for their promos. Well, I highly doubt that, but
Yeah.
oh, an interesting thing about the end of this match is that Berto was upset, and Santos came out. Santos Escobar. Oh, oh, Zach. Oh,
King Cuerno stalks his prey.
oh, wait, oh, I feel alive again. What's this in my fingertips? But yeah, so he comes out and Berto's like is kind of like oh like all this, and Santos comes out dressed like a cartel like a Scarface member, and like tells Berto like no like go back inside like we're gonna and but he's like shake Phoenix's hand first,
Oh shit.
and then like Santos shakes Phoenix's hand and kind of just like almost like all right like we'll see each other soon, don't worry,
Yeah.
and oh my little brown Mexican heart, yes.
Yes. Yes.
um Transitioning from that, we had Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the USA title.
That was
Um,
not a highlight. Holy cow, that happened?
that was real,
I
yes,
didn't
and
get
it
to watch it
was.
live, so I just watched YouTube. That's not even on here.
Is that-
It's not great.
Oh, that's probably why it's not on there.
yeah.
And so the way it ended in a count out.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, it ended and nobody knew what was happening. So people don't know why the match got cut short. They don't know if it's a work. They don't know if it was like a thing. Even like apparently Zelina looked kind of confused
That's
at
crazy.
how
So
it
Ending on a
to the
ended.
count
back.
out
Cut
is
the match. Cut the
weird.
match.
But I don't know. It's not even on the highlights, I
Yeah.
think, for SmackDown. I tried
Yeah,
looking.
it's not on here. I'm looking at it right now. It's not here.
That's
Yeah,
weird because I'm saying that they didn't even like the ref wasn't even counting.
I wonder if it's on the USA page or
they would just count alligators. He was doing that when you slap your hand.
Yeah. And they just like ring the bell and be like,
Uh,
oh, 10 count.
yeah, but usually they like it's such a big like
It's a big production.
one,
One. Yeah. Like
dude. My God, will they get in?
2.5. Like they really like draw that shit out. Like,
Uh,
yeah, they don't even have it on the USA page, WWE USA.
mm,
Huh.
Interesting. Huh. So if anybody knows what's the deep cut, what's the lore that's going on there? Next, so the next match was Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez, which okay, so here's my thought about some of these matches. I hate when they put these two wrestlers together, and I'm like, no, this is supposed to be a good match, and then it ends in like a oh interference, right? So
yeah.
obviously Charlotte comes out and like tries to steal Tiffany Stratton's money. But on paper that should have been like that should
Should be
be
good.
that will be a championship match at some point 3 4 years down the line, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a tragedy that like I get it. You got to do it to set up that Charlotte and Tiffany hate each other, but like I don't know. That was a good match. I was excited. I like both of them. I think there was something there, and it kind of sucks that it
Yeah.
gets
The
gets beaten up.
storyline. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this was
Um,
more just a casualty of a storyline than anything else.
yeah,
But at least they gave Roxanne kind of another big match with a
Yeah,
big contender.
true.
So it's a good sign. It's not like she's getting thrown into a tag team.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Oh, the boy Cody Rhodes came out. I hope everybody was very excited for that. And before this is before the Roxanne match, and Cody came out and talked about the history of WrestleMania and all these belts. And John, I'm the champion, and you have to come for my belt, you bitch. And it's
I
the
like the
classic.
spinner belt. Didn't he say that? Something like that?
I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
But I just mean he said that because
Yeah.
he gets to the spinner belt and he's like, I like this belt.
The spinner belt's great. You would have thought he like suggested we change how baseball's played.
He's like, instead of belts, can we do hats? How about hats,
Yeah,
guys? What do we
let's
think?
do. Dog, when John came out with that spinner belt, you would have thought he was like, "What if we hit with the other side of the bat?" And
But
like everyone was like, "No, the fundamentals of wrestling."
but for you guys, the spinner belt was iconic, right?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
So,
it's fun.
and the point I was getting at is, I assume it's like the old generation versus like
Yeah.
the young kids.
Yeah.
Like they're like, this is awesome. I can buy one and have it from the store.
Spin, yeah.
You get it. Look at Star Wars, right? Like the
Yeah.
original versus the prequels, and the
Hmm.
prequels now versus the
Sequels.
sequels. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
what the word there. I was gonna say post sequels. Like that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah. Sequels.
So that's probably what it was with that spinner belt because
Yeah.
I thought that was just the belt.
Oh yeah, no, like no, we did think it was just the belt, and it was sick because it went woo, like
Who didn't like that?
yeah, it was sick.
Just
And
some
talk
old
about,
fart.
I would bet that that belt probably sold more toy belts than probably any other belt. Like I would bet a lot of money on that. That like more kids wanted the spinner belt
They
than
had
any other belt.
their spinner WWE belt and their
Yeah.
dual disc.
Yeah, you could
Legitimately,
Oh
just be
kids were just
God.
spinning.
walking around.
I remember he showed it, and it was him like, and you know how he like flicks it to like, oh, look
Hmm.
at this spinner belt. I was like, watch this. I was like, watch this, babe. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. And he spun it, and I went, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like spinning rims. You know, those were
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
that's what
like
it was.
of the time.
He was the doctor of thugonomics, and he was bringing the.
Oh, and you would have thought he said, what if we just, yeah, what if we don't do belts? What if we just say champions and high fives or hats? Going into the next match, we had Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga versus Randy Orton and LA Knight. On paper, I feel like I should have been more excited for this match, but I was just kind of like, oh,
Eh,
it was.
it
It
was. It
is.
existed.
Um, obviously the good guys win. Um, somebody pointed out that Wade Barrett talks about his loins a lot, and I looked it up, and somebody did a count, and it is he has mentioned his loins no less than 3 times during this episode,
Wow.
which is a lot to talk about your loins. I feel
Does he
like.
have good loins or?
I mean, it is Wade Barrett. They are juicy.
And that was kind of it. That was how it ended. It's just them all being that it's we're warm up week.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So which will lead us into the last segment of our episode, which is us talking about WrestleMania and our feelings and our picks. And I'm genuinely surprised with the amount of people who are going into this with no faith.
Really.
A lot, like even like Bleacher Report made an article saying like this could be an absolute like snoozer of a WrestleMania.
There's going to be snoozers, but I
There
think
will
there's
be.
also going to be some really good matches.
Yes.
It
So
was the same
I'm
thing last year. The big
Yeah.
event was the final match. Everything else, like there was some story to it, but like
Yeah.
everybody wanted to see Cody versus Roman. That was it.
Well, I had no, like for Elimination Chamber, I had no idea that was going to be as good as it was. And that snuck out of nowhere to become one of the best pay-per-views we've seen in a long time. So I've got faith.
you're gonna believe.
I don't believe.
And maybe their idea is like we're all kind of getting the sense of who's going to win, and we won't know
Yeah.
till the day of what's actually going to
Yeah.
happen. But I think some of the predictions, I really think Cena's going to win. I don't
Yeah.
see that they're going to give him the belt on like Raw or SmackDown. They're going to have it at a big event.
It has to be Mania.
Yeah.
Or like Backlash, maybe.
If he doesn't win it here, I don't think he's winning it again.
And that's where I'm at. I think for time constraints, he wins it here so that he can drop it at one of those other events.
Yeah.
Because give him 2 big events where he's at and he is a part of the main match, and then because nobody wants to see him drop it on Raw or SmackDown.
No.
Like that's not what it's John Cena, really.
It's not gonna happen.
And the only way you become like an X time champion, right? You have to lose it and then get it back, right?
Hmm.
So okay. Um Isaiah, let's talk a little bit about the schedule. This is in no particular order. And we'll see how everybody's feeling. Obviously, the main event is going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns.
This is
This is
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah,
This is Saturday, by the way. Yes. So first night,
four
we have
19.
is it 419.
Mhm.
Naomi versus Jade. We have tag titles, New Day versus War Raiders. A lot of people I was reading were upset about that. They wanted it to be the SmackDown tag titles.
Mm.
We have El Grande Americano and Rey Mysterio in a battle for the soul of America.
Is it the Gulf of America or the Gulf of Mexico?
Mexico.
Surprisingly, the U.S. title is not for the soul of the United States. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. You have the women's world title, which is Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte, and then we have the world heavyweight title, which is Gunther versus Jey Uso. So where are we? I know David, you've posted yours. Do you want to say, since you already have, you kind of told us your list, you want to like provide the structural
Unless you
evidence?
guys want, like, we could go down one at a time. I can always go first, say who is going to win.
Yeah, we can do that.
I
Daniel.
think. I gotta. Oh, I go for.
Well, no,
CM,
I can go first. I just want. Are you okay
okay.
with that? We'll just
Yeah,
go
go
like one
ahead.
line
Go
at a
go.
time.
So yeah. So CM Punk, Sethi, and Roman.
I'd CM Punk.
I did too.
Uh, yeah, I as well. All in favor?
Yeah, I.
Agreed.
I agree.
Passes. Naomi versus Jade.
Jade.
I'm gonna say Jade too. I could flip a coin here if I'm being completely
I was
honest.
gonna flip a
I,
coin.
I do agree with that statement, but I just
Yeah,
picked Jade.
I'll go with Jade as well, just because I like Jade a little bit more than I like Naomi. So
Daniel's rolling dice over there.
Naomi. The bones are telling me Naomi. I'm gonna go against the grain just to have something to believe in. I'm gonna
yeah,
go
that's
against
fair.
I'm gonna go to Naomi because I think this could be the beginning of like a Naomi. I'm not saying Naomi didn't have big moments, but this could be like her biggest.
Last week
Oh,
she was good on, or 2 weeks ago she was good on the mic. So it's like
yeah.
I could
Th
see it.
this would be your biggest moment, though. This would
Yeah,
be.
I'm gonna go Naomi.
Okay,
Tag titles. We got the New Day versus the War Raiders.
I got War Raiders.
I got the bathroom because that's where I'm probably going to be during this match. But probably, I'm gonna say the New Day actually. The New Day for this match.
Going back to the bones.
Oh my gosh,
Fuck, dude. It really. I
he
don't
doesn't like
really.
the bones.
It was
I
like
don't
the
like the
bones.
bones. I don't like. It's either. It's really. Like I like okay, so because the War Raiders were the right Viking Raiders and they were not used at all, the fact that they got the titles, I'm kind of happy for them.
Yeah.
So I
Let them
kind of
keep it then, Daniel.
so I want them. I guess I want them to have it. But like, if so, whoever wins this, I'm not gonna fall to the ground wondering if God is real.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be
Yeah.
pooping during it, but
Yeah,
That's
I
yes.
know.
it. We'll all be
I'll
just
be
going, what the fuck?
I'll be getting a second helping of whatever we're having that day for.
Just a lot of people are like, what's going on out there?
What happened?
What happened?
Fuck. Oh, put the
You don't
volume
have
up.
to pause it. You can just let it play.
Just let it play.
Just
Give
let
me
it
a
play. It's fine.
play-by-play.
You can let it play. It's
Put,
no, it's okay. I'll be right back.
I'll be in the kitchen. Put the volume up so I can hear it in the kitchen. Okay, we're good.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. You know?
I'm gonna go for a walk, guys. I'll be
Yeah, I'll
back.
be
Yeah,
back.
no, you can hear Michael Cole yell. Was it sick?
Was
What
it
was it?
was it cool?
Pat screaming at the top of his lungs. All right.
Oh,
Watch the
power
replay.
bomb?
Oh, no. Just watch the replay.
Was it a power bomb? Okay, that's fine. We'll keep going. Oh, they went through a table? Oh, classic. Okay.
I was like, oh, I wish I could have seen that.
El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio.
I got Mr. Americano. Guess it's the Gulf of America.
I have Mr. Americano, and I'm gonna say this was gonna be the surprise match out of everything. To probably, I think the main event is gonna be the best match of the night, but I think this one is gonna be a solid number two.
2 or 3, depending on
Yeah,
the women's match, because I think the
yeah,
women's match could also be really good.
yeah. But I think this will be a solid 2 or 3 for the
I
night.
I also wanted to note I do think that the mask is going to come off on Mr. Americano.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna say. Well, you've backed me into a corner as the token Mexican.
Uh-oh.
I
He's
can't go
gonna
against
pick Ray.
Yeah, I gotta pick Ray. What am I
619 over here.
We don't
huh?
get we
Hmm.
don't get a lot of these moments, okay?
Booyaka, booyaka.
And we have used Ray like Frank Gore, 37 years old, getting 500 touches. No, he's gonna get us 1,000 yards. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Ray. I would like to think that this is a setup for a mask versus match like later.
And that would be
Oh,
fun too.
I like that. I wouldn't be
But
opposed to
maybe
that.
it could also be where I think we've kind of talked about, like, maybe we get this like luchador faction versus El Grande Americano and
Americano.
his, chuds of like non-mask Americans or whatever.
I think so because like obviously a mask versus mask is like that's like okay, we're gonna bet our children.
Yeah. That's kind of like whoever loses gets beheaded. Like that's
Yeah. So like you have to add some weight to it, and I think
That's
yeah,
true.
I think you do like a trilogy. This is a big one. Maybe you do Backlash or like another paper, and then like this ends in a couple months with a
Mhm.
mask versus mask.
And then Dom comes out, interrupts a fight, beats his dad.
Either that or that's how he turns face.
It's possible.
I do think that's a probable storyline where Ray's got this big bully and Dom's like done with it. And he's like, it's almost like a Darth Vader like behind
Hmm.
Palpatine. Like he's joined this dark force fighting Ray. And he's like, no,
Uh,
this is a step too far, kind of thing.
Yeah.
if anybody's gonna kill my dad, it's gonna be
It's gonna be
me.
me.
Um, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
I put
It's,
Jacob.
it's gonna be a bathroom match.
Yeah, this is I.
I hope they're not back to back. I legitimately hope there's or I mean the tag title and
Yeah.
then LA Knight. I hope that there's a
Solid,
gap.
solid beer run right here. I
This to
think.
me sounds like this is the first match. To me, this sounds like a first matcher, right? Get the
Yeah.
crowd
Have
kind
a
of
title
going.
involved.
But it's like your big match first, so like the crowd isn't energy dead for it. Like I feel like this is, but I think Jacob Fatu will also win.
Yeah,
He's been putting in the work. That's
Yeah,
where I'm at.
yeah,
he's over. LA
yeah,
Knight's fun, but Jacob's over
Yeah.
right now.
yeah.
Women's title: Young Blood versus Old Blood.
Tiffany.
I gotta go
I'm
Tiffany.
I'm gonna say Tiffany. My prediction: this match is either gonna be amazing or it's gonna suck. I don't think there's going to be any. I don't think we're going to go out of here going, oh, that was okay. It's either going to be a fantastic match or it's going to be awful. And I think it's going to be one of the two.
I do
That's my hot take.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Do you think it's going to be personal or what do they call it? Stiff?
stiff. If it
Yeah,
gets
And we're
stiff,
not
I
talking
think it'll
about
get.
Daniel's pants, but just is it going to be stiff?
they announced the prettiest moonsault, and I go fuck dog.
Oh,
Sorry.
Everybody look away.
pause it. No,
Everybody
Eyes
leave the
forward.
room.
I think if it gets really stiff, I think it'll get really sloppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it gets really sloppy, it's gonna get real bad. Like I feel like if they start
Ludwig comes out.
because Charlotte can be petty sometimes, so she'll sandbag people and she'll make you look bad. Like if she does
Mm.
not want you to look good, she will purposefully make you look like the biggest idiot. And I
Kind of
hope
like
that,
changing the script in the middle of it.
yeah, like, oh, you're supposed to lift me up. Let me make it look like you can't. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I think that has a possibility of happening. Granted, they're both professionals. Hopefully, it's a great match, but I could see it being a
Well, let's do some ESPN takes right now. So hypothetically, because I legitimately, in my heart of hearts, believe that Charlotte could sandbag the shit out of this match.
yeah,
Does that? It will affect her legacy, but to what extent does it? Does she just become like, oh, well, you can't? Does she get like the level of outring heat that like you makes the WWE kind of wonder if she can keep doing this?
it would
Because
be a strong talking to.
because you sandbag an up and coming star.
Yeah,
Hasn't she always done this though? Like, isn't this like normal? So her
yeah,
legacy's
But
already
Vince was running
known
the
for that.
show,
yeah,
and Vince was
They brought her back.
yeah,
So it's like I sit here and I'm like, if they already knew what the legacy was and how she played, why if they didn't like it, they wouldn't have brought her back. I don't think it'll affect her legacy. This is who she is.
yeah. It's true.
And that good, bad, or indifferent,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like that. If that's fine. Hey,
yeah,
I'm gonna put, money in my pockets. I don't care about you. That's fine. Cool.
yeah,
That's fair. I think the only reason I think about it now is because of how off the rails it's gotten.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the only reason why it comes up to me, like in my mind of like, how does this affect her as a working person? Like, yeah, because it's you become a liability, right? Well, why am I gonna put you up against people if you don't like the outcome and you're gonna Hogan it?
yeah,
Like, and our generation of wrestling fans, like adults now, are more savvy to it, right? Like
Yeah.
Hogan now is one of the most hated men in the world for the sandbagging shit.
yeah.
And like Charlotte, I think this is it. If she sandbags, I think this will,
Yeah.
like you
Especially at
said,
WrestleMania. This isn't a SmackDown.
True.
You know what I mean? This is WrestleMania.
yeah,
So
this is where you're a professional.
yeah,
You don't fart around and do dumb shit the day of the Super Bowl. You do that, the day after, you do it
Yeah.
months before. You don't do it so that's the only reason why I bring it up. It's just like considering the stakes.
Mm-hmm.
I just think for WWE, it kind of goes back to kind of like what we've talked about with Jay. If you're selling merchandise, if they're
Yeah.
getting the vibe that fans want, like this certain person,
Yeah.
they're gonna put you out there. But I'll be honest, since Charlotte Flair's come back, fans haven't really seemed super happy. No idea what sales look like, but it's like we at least
Yeah.
have one indicator that we'll see what happens if she win. Like if she wins the title, maybe they're like, hey, let's just make it where she's really getting the heat
He.
and bring up a new champion or challenger or Tiffany again. You never know.
Yeah. But
Because
yeah.
let me just do like I'm just pitching out dark scenarios here. She wins it. There's not a cheer heard.
Booze.
it's the boo where you can't hear,
Mm-hmm.
right? That level of like is there a moment where Triple H goes, fuck, how do we get out? Like, because you have to figure out how to get out of that.
No, but that's good though. They
You
want
just
that.
lean into it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
just lean
exactly what
into
they
it
want.
more. The worst thing, I feel like that's not the worst. I feel like that's the best case, right?
That's
Because
what
you're
they
like,
want.
we roll into it. Now she is just a mega heel. We roll into that. The worst thing that could happen is no reaction,
Yep.
no booze, no
Everyone's in the
cheer.
bathroom.
Yeah, everyone just going,
You
yeah,
hear it,
exactly.
eh,
Hey, what's that?
from the
Charlotte win?
middle. Fuck.
Bring out
That's
New Day and War Raiders.
there's
That I think is you go fuck.
yeah, that's the worst case scenario is just like apathy. Like if there's like huge boos, okay, we've done our job. Everyone
Yep.
hates her. We can play off that. We just keep
Yeah.
that train a rolling.
Because it's what Cena's dealing with right
Yeah,
now, right? He's getting all these boos, and that it's like this is what we want.
yeah. But if we get nothing, then we have a dead duck champ essentially because you can't be a face. Your heel's not working out. You're not going to get any reaction. People want to see you lose, but not in like a we hate you kind of a way. Just eh.
Like yeah, we're yeah, lukewarm is the worst temperature to be in.
Hmm.
Triple H is looking for chuds like us to talk about it on our, weekly
A
podcast.
podcast,
Okay,
exactly.
Okay. Well, you guys have. I'm curious. So I
Yeah.
think that's the dark future for because yeah. But and then lastly, speaking of dark futures, Gunther and Jay for the world title.
Okay.
Jay.
We've been beating this drum for weeks, Daniel. You've
We
been
know
saying
Jay.
Jay.
We know it's Jay.
The bones. Little
The
Little the bones.
No, I know it's gonna be Jay. I think because it is kind of true, right? Gunther can only be so evil,
Yeah.
right? Outside of like we enter dark territory, like he kicks a puppy or some shit. Like how much more evil can we get Gunther to be? So yeah, he eventually has to lose. It's gonna
Yeah.
be the Jay.
Yeah.
We know. We all know it. I
We
know
all
it.
know. This is the happy ending for night one.
Well, no,
But
isn't CM Punk last? That
Oh yeah,
match,
you're right.
I would
Yeah.
assume. Yeah.
which one? Oh yeah, Punk's last.
Yeah. So that's
So
the
do you?
only match we know where it's at. Everything
Yeah.
else is kind of like up in the air, and we still have to fit in the Randy match somewhere. I
Somewhere.
would assume it's a
Yeah.
Sunday match because based off the count of matches, Sunday looks a little lighter than Saturday.
I would assume as well.
What? So I guess really fast. What's the opening match? What are we looking at? What are we turn on Peacock? They're having their pre-game conference talking about ooh, we predict. Shut up.
First match is LA Knight, Jacob Fatu.
Yep.
It's just good enough. We're gonna get you hyped, and then from there you probably roll into either the tags or Naomi Jade.
Mm-hmm.
You could even start Naomi Jade. I think that'll be a good,
I was thinking that
Yeah.
too.
pretty good match.
Yeah. Probably Naomi Jade, LA Knight, Jacob the two. Then we'll probably do tag team. Then we'll do El Grande. Then we'll do women's, world heavyweight, and then we'll roll into the CM Punk.
Yeah.
That's what I would see rolling.
Yeah, no, it's got me convinced. Yeah, I think Grande, Americano, and Ray has the potential to be like that Drew, Sheamus, Gunther match.
Oh, Gunther match, dude. Oh, yeah.
I just hope we're not getting too hyped and then it like doesn't hit our mark and we're just like, oh,
Well, wouldn't be the most disappointing showcase in that Raiders stadium. Let me tell you.
okay.
I've seen a lot of disappointment in there.
Was it Vikings Raiders 2 years ago where it was like
Uh,
3-0 or whatever for
uh,
half the game or
lot
three
of
quarters of the
yeah,
game?
we lost 6-0, whatever the fuck it was, dude. Fuck, yeah,
I
no,
hated
I,
that
I
game.
had two buddies that were there. It was a Vikings and a Raiders fan.
oh, and they just did not have fun.
Nope.
Nobody was having a
No,
good
Nobody was
time.
having fun. Everybody just wanted
it's a lot of
somebody
good
to
time.
score.
It's a lot of good time.
No. Okay. SmackDown Sunday.
SmackDown.
Monday.
420.
May all
Happy
yeah.
Easter.
Happy
Jesus is
Easter.
risen.
And so I am as high as Jesus is right now. Sunday we have fuck. We have the obviously the WWE title match, Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I wonder where that's gonna be on Sunday
But
night. It's
could you
gonna
imagine they
open.
open up with that?
It's just
Hey John, this is what we think of you, buddy. So what are we thinking? I know David said John.
yeah, I got John.
Uh, I, with all my heart and with all my soul, will be rooting for John Cena to beat Cody Rhodes.
As will I.
He knew we'd say that, by the way. That's why
Yeah,
John
he
hates
probably
That's
it.
why, listen, John can say that, but he's not talking about me. I'm not like the other girls, John.
But if we say it enough, if everybody says it enough times, because he says he does the opposite of what we want, would he
Yeah.
lose and just make
Uh,
us all mad?
bad. Oh, I want him to win so bad. I really am excited for this match. Like, I legitimately am very excited for it. So,
He's gonna win, will not celebrate, and just walk
walk
off.
out.
Oh, it's gonna be the
So
driest shit.
yep.
Yeah.
But that's
I
what
can
we want.
see it
That's what I
now.
want,
He just
John.
picks it up, like, and just waves. Just gives like a,
Picks up his hat because he didn't throw his hat out.
Yeah.
Grabs
Yeah.
his shirt and his little towel and just walks back to the back.
absolutely. But
Doesn't
yeah.
even let the ref like lift his arm. He just
No,
grabs the
just
belt and
John,
just
just
leaves.
John Cena. Goodbye.
It's just backstage him trying to break it. Look at
Try to spin it.
He's taped the spinner on.
You all hated it so much.
He should come out with the spinner belt,
Oh yeah.
and then when he wins, like just throws Cody's like in the trash and walks out with the spinner belt.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's
That would be
That's
heel.
it.
That would be some high level heel shit.
yeah.
And he walks out with Travis Scott, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
Travis Scott singing John
Travis's
Cena's
song.
theme song.
I think you have Travis Scott interfere.
I
I don't want. I want
I
it to
don't
be
want
just
that,
like
but I could.
if anybody interferes, like give me The Rock or the Cabal is revealed or something,
Yeah.
and like somebody comes in and you're like, what are they doing?
But yeah, hopefully it's the Cabal. That would be.
I mean, Travis is
evil
part of the
Cabal.
Cabal.
That's true, but like he's the jester of the Cabal. I don't-
I just want to see him get speared by Braun Breaker. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, we don't.
Just to.
All right. Women's tag titles. We got Judgment Day. So Liv and Raquel
Mhm.
versus Bailey and Lyra.
I put Judgment Day. I don't think they're going to give Lyra another belt or title. Excuse me.
I also agree with that. I think Judgment Day.
And Bailey heel turn.
Ooh, yeah, I agree with that. Judgment Day Bailey heel turn.
We got ourselves a Las Vegas street fight, baby. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
I put Damien.
I'm gonna say Drew.
Yeah, Drew's got to get one, right?
Yeah.
At some point.
I mean, that's just my thought process, but
I guess it goes back to like the Gunther Jay, and that's kind of where I'm like Jay because
yeah,
Gunther's beat him so many times. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Damien because I already selected it. So.
yeah, I got you.
I will say nobody pulls off the black wife beater and jeans the way Drew does, though. Like,
Oh yeah,
very
it looks
valid.
good.
yeah, it's great.
And an eye patch, he pulls it off.
Oh yeah.
Looking like Solid Snake. Snake.
He blinded me. What the fuck? After that we have the women's title. Honestly, the last three of these is pretty okay.
Last two.
Two
Let's,
pretty
let's
good.
be correct here, Daniel. Only
We
two
have-
of these are good.
Yeah. No. Io
I'm gonna
Sky,
go with Io Sky.
Io Rhea, Bianca. I'm gonna
EO
go
as well.
Yeah.
And then I think
Best-
afterwards is going to be a Rhea Bianca storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
And then Io just fights
Yeah.
people. IC titles: Braun, Penta, Dom versus Finn.
Had to go for the boy Dom. It's going to destroy Judgment Day. Because Finn's going to be mad that his like it's going to be something where they both have a chance to win and they have to fight each other. So it's going to be
Mhm.
something like that.
I I agree with you, and I think you are correct, but the Homer in me is going
It's
to
going to go
say
Finn.
Penta.
Oh,
The Homer in me is going to say Penta, but I actually believe what you just talked about is what's going to happen, but I
but it,
have to
it
say,
could be that they fight, they
yeah,
knock each
exactly.
other out, and then somebody else
Penta, yeah.
capitalizes. And
I agree no matter what happens, the Judgment Day breaks off from this.
yes, and I don't think Braun Breaker's walking out with the belt.
I
It's
don't think so
anybody but
either.
him.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say Penta.
I love Dom. I want Dom to win. Honestly, Dom, Penta, or Finn is fine for me.
Hmm.
Because like you said, no matter what happens, I think this is what the Judgment Day dies.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, the Penta or Dom, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Finn comes out in the mask, by the way. Just want to point that out.
His
Oh,
little
the demon?
If he does, then I'll be disappointed.
his little sack mask.
He didn't last time, and I was very disappointed.
Who is it? Who could
Who
it
could it
be?
be? It says Finn on it. I wonder who it is.
With those washboard abs, dude.
Those washboard ads and that
God,
yee ass haircut dog.
like angry like jacked Gollum. And lastly, I know this is what we're all excited for. Logan
I wonder
Paul
what we're all gonna pick.
versus AJ Styles.
Do I need to say it, or
Yeah.
Now you wish to say it into existence, dude.
does AJ have like a cool like hand thing to AJ? I don't know.
Oh, he has the gloves and he puts them
Yeah.
together and it says AJ.
AJ. The phenomenal, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Phenomenal one. Sorry,
Okay.
Logan, you didn't retire, so
Okay.
my bad.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
something.
you're gonna say
And,
Don't do it,
Logan?
Zach.
and David's gonna
Don't
punch the
do it,
camera.
Zach.
We're
I
just
think
gonna
Logan Paul will
Ugh.
win.
Why? I just want to know why now. I want to hear it.
What?
why do you betray me in this way, Judas?
I feel like it's just AJ is at a point where he can win, he can lose. AJ is unaffected by anything that happens to him. And I feel like people will be really mad by Logan winning. It'll feel the Logan like heel fire. And I feel like and AJ can lose in that kind of a way and it's not gonna hurt him. And I feel like it'll give fuel and legitimacy more to Logan, and I feel like that's what they want. So I feel like that's the road we go down.
I have to say, Zach, you've got a lot of good points there, but you're still just turning my world
But you're
upside
still
down.
wrong.
Upside down.
I cannot handle you turning my world upside down. I
Upside
don't know
down.
why it all blurred, but I'm upside
This is
down.
this is how I see you now. I see you blurry
And
and
alone.
confused, like my worldview.
I
Don't
here's
say it,
my
David.
no. I don't agree.
I don't want to agree with Zach, but he's got a good point. And I'm
He
like,
does
damn
have a good
it.
point. My problem with Logan's thing is that he doesn't wrestle anybody young.
He's also never there.
Yeah, that's that too.
Like,
Yeah, he's not
he's
wrestling
only
week in,
comes
week
around
out.
for WrestleMania or big events. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's true.
I
If he
think
was
that
there like year round or for longer than just for WrestleMania, or like, I'd probably be like, all right, he's putting in the time, but I
You
just,
try having a titanium right hand and see how hard life
hard.
is for you.
I just hate that Logan's way of getting over is that he wrestles Ray, he wrestles AJ. Can we wrestle somebody under 40?
have him wrestle like Braun Breaker or something, or you know what I mean? Like,
We know he's not winning that. Like, let's be honest.
he's
Like,
gonna take a spear and like split in half.
but like all of Logan's matches have been against like older vets, which is fine. But like,
But it's probably also because he's not like he's put in the time, but how again, it goes back to the point. How often is he wrestling? Like he's a it's like if when what's his name? I can't think of his name. Face tattoo boxer that was with Hulk Hogan.
Mike Tyson?
It's like if Mike Tyson, he's like the Mike Tyson where
Yeah.
they're gonna give him kind of the cupcake matches.
Yeah.
Nothing in Mike Tyson, but I assume a lot of his matches were kind of like you win.
Yeah. I will I will say I feel like the reason they do have him wrestle older people is because it's really easy because Logan is so hated. It makes it so easy. You just plug in a vet that people love and people
True.
automatically hate Logan and
nah.
it just auto molds the story, right? like no one's gonna root for Logan Paul over Rey Mysterio, and it makes Logan even more hated because he's fighting these like older guys. And I feel like that's they've just found that formula of like, no, this just makes people mad. And they just plug it like that, which I mean it's cheap heat for sure, right? Because it's like because everyone loves
Yeah.
Ray,
If it works, it works.
everyone loves AJ, but like at the very least, there's gonna be so many people who want Logan to lose and so many people who want AJ to win. You don't need much build to it. It's just
Hmm.
like you can cobble it together real quick, throw it on the card, and you'll get a crowd reaction to it
That's true.
just by like who it is. While if you have Logan wrestle somebody younger, there's going to be people have less of emotional connection. If you're trying to throw a match together quickly to just fill a card slot, you would have to actually build up the program. And I feel like what they've done with these past couple of matches is we need to just fill a spot. People will emotionally react to this. And I feel
It's
like
an easy, yeah.
it's an easy, they go, people hate Logan, people love old established veteran, plug it together. If we do something younger, we have to build a story, we have to do all this stuff. And I feel like they've just been using Logan to fill holes on cards. So I feel like that's why we're seeing that kind of a trend. But
I just want to state next time this happens, I want him up against Gunther so Gunther can destroy him on the mic.
yeah, that'd be fun.
That's what I Triple H, I know you're a big listener of the podcast. Just
Please.
pencil it down for next year for WrestleMania. It don't want it to be for a title, sorry. Unless Logan's losing, don't put it for a title. Just let Gunther just
we we saw it. We got the email that said, "Hello, this is Triple H." I listened to the podcast in broken English, and I was like, "Huh."
He
big
asked for
fan.
money, and we said, no, we'll give you money.
If you send me your credit card information, I'll send you money.
Guys, WrestleMania wasn't going to happen, but we gave him all our social security numbers, and now the backing is secure.
And for the record, you're welcome, everybody. We saved WrestleMania. You guys didn't do shit.
I had to put money in a box. It was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Cash.
we just had to leave it on the side of a road
So
somewhere
strange.
Had to wrap it in foil.
under under a lemon tree. And we said, "What's going on here?" And yeah, and so that is it for WrestleMania. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited not knowing, especially
Hmm.
because of how predictable it felt last year. I
Hmm.
definitely like after Cody lost the first time, we had to logically go, okay, he has to win the second time.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where it all goes. And I think like shout out to Tiffany, whether she went off script or not, that saved that feud
Hmm.
because she showed she got a little
Well, even
fire in
on
her.
Friday, they had what's his name? The announcer was kind of like yelling at Charlotte, so they're probably going to do that at WrestleMania again.
Yeah. So
Barrett, is that his name?
yeah, Wade Barrett,
Wade Barrett.
who was there when John Cena said he buries mediocrity.
That was great.
Wade Barrett
Sorry,
taking
Wade.
serious. That's tough, big dog. Yeah, so everybody let us know who your predictions are for um this WrestleMania, both for Saturday and Sunday. Let us know if you agree with our opinions. Um and let us know if you have any predictions of storylines. Do you think what the change is going to be? Is John Cena going to take or kind of follow our idea of he's going to win it and then lose it later?
Hmm.
Is Jay going to be the hero the world needs right now? How does this all end? And let us know if you agree or disagree. Uh, I believe that is the bell. Thank you to my team members for this, Zach and David, and thank you everybody for listening. Have a happy WrestleMania. We'll hopefully try to have a podcast episode up. It probably will be recorded a little later than we usually do, just
Yeah.
because we're
Hmm. Yeah.
we're it's a late night kind of night for WrestleMania. So we'll have that our reaction to that as soon as possible. So all the reactions and the feelings are fresh, and letting everybody know how we feel. Thank you everybody. Thank you my partners. Good night everyone.
Good night.
Good night.